the older kids, we have several Lift the Flap books that cover topics that you get in elementary school, periodic table, times tables, just to give you a little peek about what's inside. I will tell you this, I could have learned a lot better with a book like this. It breaks it down into different types of elements and teaches you what the little abbreviations stand for. I myself keep wanting to review this. The times table one is another really fun one. And it's like word problems or little worksheet problems throughout the whole book. And there's different ways to figure out, 12 times. It's a good way for those visual learners to remember and memorize like what 12 times 5 is and so forth. This one is also one of our big sellers. It's Lift the Flap Picture Atlas. It's a great way to teach kids about different places in the world without getting too deep into it. You can just learn little things about it, which helps them learn about that place, such as capitals of the different countries and so forth. These are all flaps. The other books were too, just in case that wasn't clear. So that helps their brain engage in multiple ways. Survival Camp. This one's also good for younger kids if you read it to them, but it is fascinating. I learned this with my 6-year-old. We read the whole book, and I now know how to survive such scenarios as, getting stuck in quicksand. And did you know the only animal whose poop you can eat to survive for water, because it has water in it, is the elephant? If you eat anyone else's, it's not going to work like that. You could possibly die, but it is so fascinating. So if you have any little adventurers under your roof, hello, perfect. The Book of Comparisons is a really, really fascinating. So it's really hard to explain to kids especially, but even adults, how big things are, how fast things are, or what it means. This is like a book of relativity. It kind of shows how different things relate to others. For example, the different heights of things are, how far different journeys have been, but it puts it in terms so you can understand the largest and the heaviest animals, daring and dangerous, magnifiers and magnets. It's truly, truly one of those books that even adults are going to find it interesting. So our See Inside series is similar to our Peek Inside for younger kids and our Look Inside for preschoolers, kindergarten, early elementary. It has the flaps and it covers a topic, but do not be dissuaded. Do not think that because something has flaps that it's going to be too young for your child. This is going to show everything about the body. This one's how you digest, how you breathe. I've learned a little bit better through here because it's hard for me to visualize some things. How it pumps blood, what your bones and muscles do, your brain power. And there are several in this series of See Inside. And it's another way to bring a visual approach to rather complicated issues and topics. So look for See Inside, and those are good for 7 and 8 and all the way up through adults. We now have a couple of books. There's one on business, and then this one's politics and government. There's one on world history that are kind of made in the same way, where they're infographic type layouts, and they explain things that even adults probably could really use a refresher course on, about war, as well as which branches decide what. That is Understanding Politics and Government. This one is a really fun book. This is called Brain Twisters. Of course, this page opens first because my kiddo loves that page. But it talks about your brain and all the science of thinking, feeling, memory. You get to talk about perception, how to change perception, little tricks. I really cannot stand the spider. Sorry. But anyway, it's really, really fascinating. It's called Brain Twisters. And we have several encyclopedias. that are just fascinating, and you can get the cheaper version, which is what this paperback is, or the hardback ones. They are also internet linked, so you can go to that link online and it will tell you even more about that topic. The geography one is our favorite right now. Weston just sometimes flicks through it, finds something he wants to learn about, and we read about it. We love it. This is the geography encyclopedia, but you can look, we also have history and science, and maybe something else that I'm forgetting. This is an awesome series. We often leave one of these in my car, and we'll just read it when we're on the way. This is all about food, but we have one on space, there's one on science, and there's one on the body. I've learned such incredible things, like a termite burger has more protein than a beef burger. Insects could be widely farmed as food in the future. They have high protein, fat, and mineral content. And farming then has a less harmful impact on the environment than farming other animals. And every page is like that. It just has some information that's so random, but you truly do find yourself interested in it. And this is 100 things. If you just search 100 things to know about, you'll see the different options that come up. Artificial intelligence has been one of my gift giving books that I give to kiddos 8, 9, 10, and up. This talks about all the different kinds of intelligence that, you know, like smartphones, driverless cars, all these different things that are going to be the wave of the future and that are our present. It's really fascinating for kids that like robots, technology, building things, engineering, all that kind of stuff. Last but not least, Time Traveler. This is an oldie but a goodie. It talks about the different eras. Your first destination is a castle in the day of the Crusades, and then you go to Norway, and then Rome, and then you go down the Nile at a time when pharaohs ruled Egypt. And it does it with a cartoon-like approach to it, so kids, I think, feel like they are not reading a textbook. And it's really fascinating. It's like it's literally a time travel through a book.